All right, welcome everyone to Milan Club SoCal Weekly Podcast. I'm depressed.
Me too.
I'm Spencer, your host, joined by Anthony, Gio. The other guys, they'll trickle in at some point. Um, well, where do we even start? Um, Obviously, we played Lecce at home on Saturday at the wee hour of 6 a.m. There's a few of us there at the Fox and Hounds to watch it in person. Um, Great first half performance for the most part. They did have a couple chances to score, but thankfully they're Lecce. Um, we're up to nothing. Giroud, Rangers. Rangers finally broke the duck, got his goal. Um, Probably should have had a second. He got really close to a second. Should have taken it. Went into the half 2-0 up. And we got very quickly to 2-2, relatively speaking. Um, they scored, which should have been a winner, in my opinion. I think it was a very soft um, VAR review of that foul. Gio, dude, I love it. I love the jersey. Nice. Um, anyway, I think it was a really soft, you know, call. We went to the VAR. They scored from like nearly a halfway mark. Um, Amazing goal. Like it's one of those goals where you're just like, holy shit. Um, and that was like in the dying minutes. I think it was like in the last minute in stoppage time they scored that third goal. Obviously, VAR returned it or whatever. So it finished 2-2, but really it was a loss. That second half performance was abysmal. It was Napoli, but worse. Um, so we tied the game. At least we got a point out of it. I guess is the only positive thing you talk about. Leao got injured in the first like 10 minutes. He's going to miss definitely Fiorentina. Looking most likely he's going to miss Dortmund. He'll probably be back for Frosinone. Um, we're dealing with the same old shit with Pioli, making dumbass decisions. Um, what do you think, Anthony?
Well, um, yeah, it was hard. I didn't go to Fox and Hounds. I was just barely getting awake, and then I woke up at like 5:55. I was like, oh, this must be an omen. Must be
Perfect
like,
time.
yeah, that must mean I have to watch this game. And of course, the Liao injury was shocking. It didn't really, never really sets in. You're just kind of like it hits you, and you're just like, oh, you're like in shock, like getting hit by kind of a car or something, like in a car accident or something, where you're just like, okay, what's the damage, kind of thing. You have to go look at your car and see what the damage is. But so then that kind of went on, and then we started just doing good. We started. Giroud got his goal, and then Reinders, yeah, same feeling that everybody else is like. Finally, he got it. He had to hit it right at the keeper, which
Mm-hmm.
it's lucky for him that it went in. And then I was hoping that that would spark him and get him going. And then yeah, when he was running down, it was like I don't know. I think maybe he had somebody open to give it to, but at the same time, I think he
Mm-hmm.
could have made it. It was just unlucky. He hit the crossbar, but hopefully he's just not one of those crossbar heads that for some reason they're just saying don't hit the crossbar, don't hit the crossbar, and then he hits the crossbar every time. I just hope he's not one of those. But it seemed like he did get a jolt of sort of confidence, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, just took a mad turn the second half. Felt like Napoli. I felt like Pioli was just sweating bullets or something. I don't know what he was thinking. I called it on the chat right away. I was like, Musa at right back? Like, what the? Didn't make no sense whatsoever. And then calling himself out, saying pretty much, "Yeah, I'm an idiot," by putting Florenzi in Musa's spot, and not to mention this is after Musa not marking his man, and them getting their goal. So
Mm-hmm.
that was sad. I mean, if you're going to be like, yeah, if you're gonna call yourself out and be like, yeah, I made a horrible mistake, that's how you do it. You've actually put what you're supposed to put in the right back. Um, and I feel bad for Lecce. I feel bad for Lecce. That should have been a goal.
They
I
should have.
mean,
Yeah.
that's an amazing goal to get, and they snatched it away from him over a little shove. To be honest,
Little toe step. It was slight.
yeah.
Like, but no, yeah, I agree. The second half decision to put Florenzi in, or not put Florenzi in, but put Musa in as a right back for an apparent Calabria. Was he injured? Gio maybe you know.
At halftime, right?
Was he
Yeah,
actually injured?
yeah.
I don't know if I
He
ever got
said that,
confirmation.
nah, just muscle fatigue of just overplaying, I guess.
Mm.
To be
Yeah,
honest with
the
you, so
medical
he
staff will
took
get
him
into
off.
that. Yeah, but
Yes.
but not putting in Florenzi there, I don't understand his reasoning. He said, "Oh well, Musa has the pace and blah 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 blah." blah. No, no. Like I'm sorry, you don't play a midfielder in a right back role. He's not a defender. He's not even a defensive midfielder, and you throw him in as right back. Um, and obviously Musa was just awful the entire second half. Really bad. Um, he made a lot of mistakes. You were talking about, yeah.
I think
He
he
led to
just
the
like
goals.
yeah. I think
He was out of his element. And then he tried too much fancy shit. And then the frustrating thing was, I think on the second goal, right, Teo was down on the field for like a good like 10 seconds, and Musa tried to be fancy as he does by trying to blow past like 3 4 players, and of course they crowded him. He lost the ball, and then they scored. Um, and it's like, dude, it's very simple. You're on the right flank. You're right there by the sideline. Just put it out. I was screaming at the projector at Fox. Put the ball out of play. And he didn't put the ball out of play. Oh, yes. Nice. So, no, Musa was awful. Um, it was just awful. Giroud getting that red card at the end. Ali was saying at Fox Announced it was just his frustrations at the game, probably more than the ref, making that call on the non-call on the foul at the edge of the box, like in the dying minutes. But it's just a I can't get over it, Andreas. Um, but it's just awful. Like we clearly deserve to lose. If it was another tale of two halves, amazing in the first, and utterly disastrous in the second. So I don't know what else to say. I mean, we'll get into obviously Pioli. We'll get into the medical staff,
When we
run
talk
by Doc.
about this guy, when we talk about number 33, can't make a fucking simple 2 feet pass
No.
when he has 3 men open. He fucking directly passes it to a Lecce player. Pioli out and Krunic get the fuck out with him. I'm tired of this guy.
Yeah.
He's fucking mediocre. He pissed me the fuck off. See, this is like okay. Anybody that wants to defend Pioli, that's fine. I'm cool with you, but you cannot argue that he holds these players accountable.
Mm-mm.
Krunic, since he came back from the injury, he has been more garbage than the fucking dumpster that I have like down the street. He's straight trash. And what does he do? No, reward you with another 97 minutes of just pure garbage. Bro, you're not Rovella. You're not a Pirlo that can dictate the tempo of the game. So,
Mm-hmm.
like, bro, what type of DM are you?
He's not a
The
DM.
next
He's
week,
not even a DM.
no, but Pioli said he a DM and then he's a cam. So
Well,
he
that's
basically
because they go home together, holding hands and make love at night, and
he's
that's
basically a
it's
Kevin De Bruyne a hybrid, he says.
He's
But to be
he's
honest with you, like it was just with the Musa. If you heard me on all the podcasts that I've been on, I said that Musa he loses a lot of balls, but he's in the midfield, so he could
yeah.
recover. But when you're a effing defender, your
You
only
keep
back
the
line of
last
defense
line.
is Magic
Yeah,
Mike. Yeah, it's Magic Mike, so you're gonna have to struggle.
yeah.
I
I
was
agree
just
with
very.
yeah.
Everybody was like Musa, and even like I was on a space with Martino where like Musa's coming in and we're like, what? Right back? And then they were like, oh, this is gonna go crazy, and it went crazy.
Yeah.
He tried to do a Pep Guardiola and it went straight to the bottom. I don't know. I'm just
I
disappointed in the whole team.
yeah.
I think Giroud, I mean, I think he needed rest. That's why he was doing that descent. Because if not, he would be playing for France. He would be playing all these games, to be honest with you. But very disappointed. I mean, I don't know. The writing's on the wall. And then bringing in Ibra, like I said, that's just to sugarcoat everything and
Philly's
just to
failings.
basically not want to. I mean, people say who's their managers. If you want to pay big money, there's Hansi Flick, there's Nagelsmann. There are managers there. You just have to pay them the big bucks.
Yeah. I agree with Lode 100%. The way Ali has been treated is ridiculous. Like like much better than Krunic.
Yeah,
It's
Adley
ridiculous.
fun.
That stat that came out after the game, like of all the games that Krunic has started, how many have we won? And it was basically like none, other than probably like the first 3 or 4 games of the season where we're actually doing pretty good until the Derby, which I think was the Derby the fourth or fifth game. But
That,
anyway,
by the way, let's not forget about the Derby because people say, yeah,
oh, the
but
Derby was
Derby.
awful.
Let's
The
not
Derby
fucking. Let's
5-1
not
was
forget it,
embarrassing.
and because we are not gonna forget it for forever. Okay, that's not just a game. That was enough for me to sack that fucker. Okay, even last year, even dude, guys, do you understand that in the last, like in 2023, the Derby like aggregate result is 12-1.
12-1. Yep.
Okay,
Let's do the math.
this shit is like it is just unbearable, and people have to
Yep.
pay for that. It's not just like, you know, I don't know. I just think like people forget about that sometimes. Is just
Yeah.
for one game against PSG,
Uh,
then
Yeah. How many
now.
times? Yeah. How many times have we said we'd feel better as fans if we saw the team leave the pitch knowing that they've fucking played their heart out, that
Yeah,
they left it on the line, that they fought for every single thing, that they left it there on the field instead of whimpering away and
Didn't
giving up, just playing like shit, like not even giving a shit.
but it
Like we'd
looks like
feel
didn't
so much
we
better.
don't have a plan. Like it looks like we only have one way to play. And
Krunic.
then there's no other way to play. Like for example, we were playing decently. We are 2-0 in first half. Why the fuck do you have to keep on like pushing and breaking up the team in two parts and just like attack with 9 men when you're 2-0? You can fucking win a game 2-0. Like you don't have to just like be super 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 like aggressive. And then dude, guys, like to me, we've lost that game. Like not just because of that goal that I mean it's against the rule to fucking that was a foul like by the rules, but we conceded so many open, insane chances. The craziest to me is the one that Piccoli
Orsolini.
decides to shoot, and it's like 4v2. They're like four players
That's right.
against two defenders, and if Piccoli instead of shooting from like 70 yards passes the ball to his left. He's passing it to two players alone against the goalkeeper. What the fuck was that? Like to me, like we've lost the game. Like it's just like by chance we come back with 1 point, but it doesn't matter at all. Like
No,
we've
we
lost
lost it. We lost it.
horribly, and the players completely lost their shit, and you see that they don't they I think that we should have sacked them on the day after,
just at
because
halftime?
now no, yeah, probably, but because now, like, what are we gonna do? Like honestly, what are we doing now?
No, I mean,
It's
I think that we could switch out players. I mean, Lorenzo put in here that put the same team as PSG. I don't mind using uh bench players. I don't mind that, but just don't put in fucking Krunic. Don't put in Musa at right back. Don't do shit like that.
Yeah,
Put
but
in put in
man,
Adley.
why
Put
do you?
in
But why do you
not
put
put in
Musa right
Pobega.
back?
No,
Why do you
exactly.
do that?
no
Because
one can
because
explain that.
Calabria that is was probably in
No.
the best shape ever.
You have Florenzi.
Weirdly,
You have Florenzi.
gets fucking injured after like one half,
Yeah.
and then he doesn't, and then it's either Florenzi or he thinks he has a genius idea to put Musa there because he runs faster, and turns out it's not a good idea. But again, Leao is out for injury. Loftus Cheek, they tell us, oh, he didn't fucking recover. What do you mean, dude? What's that thing? Why is he on the bench if he doesn't play?
I had
So
the
he was.
thought. I don't know. I had the thought too with Ruben. Like, I don't want to. I don't want him to get injured again if he's still in recovery phase. But you don't need to put. I don't think you need to put in Pobega. I think and Krunic. You don't need to put them
But
in.
the thing is, I don't see why would anything change? Because I mean, okay, I don't I think that Pioli is probably like not the best coach, but he's not a complete idiot. The problem is when you add that he's not the best to the fact that we have 11 injuries at the same time, and then he has to come up with fucking weird things. But the problem, I mean, I think the source of all the problems is also the injuries, because we have players. Dude, Kjaer has been out for muscle
MIA.
fatigue for the longest
Months.
time.
I think
Yeah.
it's been almost 2 months, honestly.
Kalulu comes in and he literally snaps his
His
thigh.
knee, yeah,
Okay,
or
yeah,
whatever.
he broke a fucking tendon in his muscle. He's dude. They came in with his jersey. Did you see that? Like with the Kalulu jersey, and they took a picture before the game. Like the guy was fucking like the
Like he was
sea.
dead.
Exactly. So that means that's like it's exactly like an ACL or shit like that. Like we have to forget about him. And it's insane. And Pellegrino played 30 minutes and he shattered his ankle. And then Leao, like you see the players are not. Do you imagine playing in a team like that where all the players get a muscle tear
Yeah.
in their like flexor every single game? There's like two or three of them. Like they're not. They are not like relaxed. They know that every time they sprint, it it could be the last one. I
It's a
just
lot of muscle injuries,
all of them,
which
dude.
is really like not. It's just too coincidental. It's another. I was watching IFTV and they were speaking about the other. Obviously, there's other supporters on that program, and they're noticing it too. That's like Milan is just riddled with injuries.
No, but it's a fact. It's not like sometimes sometimes like you think, oh, we're in a bubble and we only care about Milan, so we only focus
Yeah,
on Milan.
no,
We have
We
it's
2 dozen
have
injuries, right?
we
yeah,
have an insane amount of muscle injuries,
yeah,
and it's like, and the thing is, it's all in the hands of the coach who decides the regime for training and
yeah.
decides and hires the people that train the players. So the way that you solve this problem, that by the way we've had for 4 years, is by changing the whole like team that trains with a coach too.
Hmm.
Thank you, Pioli. I think we should probably start just like planning. We should just start like working on the next season, like from now, because we are -8 from Inter. We're fucked. We need to get fourth, but we can't win the Scudetto.
But you know, at the end of the season, when Inter probably is going to win, they're going to celebrate having that second star
Yeah, I
for the
know. I know.
10,000 years of
It
the next
sucks.
history. Is terrible.
Whatever.
Yeah,
I know
it's
we shouldn't have. We shouldn't have just. I think the problem is also with the management. They confirmed a
Pioli.
coach that they shouldn't have, because dude, last year we keep on forgetting, but my
That
friend Lorenzo
January.
Lorenzo doesn't forget because he has a long memory like me. A year like last year, with that, sometimes they're like, yeah, but that was January. That was
Oh
that
no,
Jan.
we finished fifth. We were second.
Motherfuckers,
We were second.
motherfuckers. That January, I'm never gonna forget it. We lose 5-2 at home with Sassuolo.
South Solo.
Like
Yeah.
we lose like 25 derbies in a row. Like it's not normal. Like the fact that it's like we lose 5-1 against Inter, it's horrible. It's not like, oh, that's like a special game that
I know.
that
They said in the past 50 of our games in all competitions, we've only won like 20 of them, if that.
Yeah,
Like
it's
any
so
manager with that fucking record would be sacked immediately. Like if we barely scraped into fourth because of UA's point deduction. We were fifth. We were fifth. That's where we deserve to be. We were that shit. We barely scrapped into the Champions League semifinals, where we were basically non-competitive. Like zero. Like we would have had a better chance winning that game just simply laying down on the pitch and not even fucking playing
yeah.
against Inter. And then, you know,
And then he plays in the same way again, other like 3 times because he's like, "Oh, I don't want to change my style of play because of Inter," and they just do the same shit and they score a million goals. And dude, I remember we were talking about it against Bologna. We gave them open fucking chances against Cagliari. We gave them open fucking chances. It's a matter of how good is a team against you. Because if they're good enough, they score 7 times against us because they know what to do. If they're not good enough, if you're lucky, you win because you score once more. But if you're not lucky, like against Lecce, you fucking lose. And we did lose, but then like that shit happened. It's like some special weird stuff. But like the fact that we like, dude, 4 versus 2 against our defense is insane. The fact that at the 60th minute our players are off, like we're too tired. What the fuck is going on?
this
That's
is against
insane,
Lecce. This is against Lecce.
dude. And we gave them and we just gave them the chance to come back into the game. You know?
Yeah.
I think someone's
This-
hot pocket's ready. Keep hearing a microwave. Does anybody
Yeah.
else hear the
Fine, sorry.
beeping? Yeah, your hot
Going on.
pocket's ready.
Anyway, look, I don't know who to replace Pioli with. I think, Gio, you're absolutely right. If you want a good manager, you have to pay for one because in this world, you get what you pay for, right?
I mean, how are
I
they? How
forgot. I
long are
forgot Hansi
they?
Flick is available. Nagelsmann's available. Well, no, Nagelsmann's a Germany coach right now, right? Or who's?
I mean,
I forget who's coaching Germany.
Nah, I don't know. Some they got an interim. I don't think Nagelsmann took the job. They would
Germany
have.
national football team. Let's see. Uh, no, it is Nagelsmann.
He got the job.
Yeah, he did. That's right. He did. He did. Yeah. But anyway,
Oh
no,
I
but
shit!
yeah,
think
but
Hansi
Napoli's.
Flick.
oh yeah,
Hansi Flick.
Napoli
Trevor
sack.
Winter.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean
Napoli.
they had a guy ready. I mean, how did they do that? Napoli had someone
They had
ready.
Tudor, Mazzari, a couple
I mean,
other
it was right
people.
after Empoli too. The Empoli freaking
Oh yeah,
loss,
because
so
already they were ready to
they're
sack.
already ready.
What's his
Yeah,
face? Like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
Well,
yeah, I guess so.
they were ready to sack him because they drew to Union Berlin.
Mm-hmm.
I know they drew to Union Berlin, so now they had to play 2 extra games, and then Braga beat them, and then if Real Madrid beat them, and then Braga beats the other team, then they probably won't even qualify. So they needed to make a move. That's what I was talking to a Napoli fan today. That's why they said that they made the move
Mm.
today to fire him. But to me, look, I know it's Christmas. I don't know what people's religion is. I don't know if whoever celebrates it, but like check this out, guys. Look, I've been let go during Christmas, and it wasn't because not a good worker. It just happens, the organization goes in a different way. They got to make cutbacks and everything like that. So, like Pioli, like I understand that you don't want to have your medical team, your physical, you're the
What's a
people that
panettone?
recuperate your players. Like I know you don't want to fire them during this time of holiday. I get it, but it's business now. Like I've been telling everybody that's been saying, nah, we can't fire the medical team. Like Real Madrid, Arda Güler only cost them $18 million. To Real Madrid, $18 million is like a dollar, €1. Okay, that they'll get that in one game. So for them to fire everybody, physios, recuperation, medical team, because
Yep, is
he had
injured.
5 serious injuries. Yeah,
Yep,
bro,
some
it's
injuries
like
too.
no, no, but more like him. They didn't like the way that he was
Yeah,
not being able to recuperate, so they fired him.
it
And
could
the
have
whole
damaged
team,
his
you
entire
gotta go,
career.
baby. Yeah, like you gotta go. But no, we over here. Why do Forlani and Pioli? So like I did a Twitter space is so I want to ask everybody here.
Mhm.
So Pioli has the most power. He has more power than Makanda, and he has more power than Forlani. Why are you arguing with
No,
Forlani saying that?
he doesn't have more power than Furlani. Furlani is the CEO. Furlani can
Yeah,
fire
but
right now.
He won't fire the medical team though. That's why they saying that
Because
they're having a
no,
heated
because dude,
debate.
the medical team and the coach are one thing. It's not like you
Yeah,
can
the
just.
coach brings in their own staff.
It's basically it's like if you want to fire the whole medical team, it's not even the medical teams like the physio, the
Yeah,
fucking training team. You have to fire the coach, and they don't, and they just like I just think they probably there's not one person, one coach that they really think would be the right choice right now, and they just renewed the contract. They know they will gonna have to pay like fucking 8 million like gross for 2 years. So they
Unless he
say,
gets
oh,
another job.
maybe we can figure it out. But like little side note, dude, do you guys know who Mazzarri is? The new Napoli coach?
Oh, I remember him from like 10
Mm.
something plus
Yeah,
years ago,
dude,
but
Napoli. I just like my heart like cries for the Napoli team, for the Napoli fans that went from winning a Scudetto, winning 4-1 against Liverpool, 6-1 against Ajax, being one of the best players like teams in Europe, to fast forward like a few months to be coached by Mazzarri. It's like it's I don't know, dude. It's like if we were coached by I can't even
Gianpaolo.
like yeah, exactly. It's like we win the Scudetto and then we find ourselves no in November with Gianpaolo back.
I don't
It's
know.
such
I
a
don't think honestly. I don't think we're that far behind. I mean, we won the Scudetto and then shit
it wasn't
season
that
followed.
fast. It's
yeah.
I don't know,
it
but
was a
now
little
it's like
slower.
really deteriorating. I mean, we were all saying Pioli's on fire. To now, what are we
Well,
saying?
look,
Like this is
we had 6 months of good playing until January, and then we went to fucking shit.
But what's so
Like,
frustrating though is like we have a good solid squad. Like we have some talent on our team
yeah,
and Pioli is freaking stabbing us with his medical team, his choices on the field. Like literally this guy is deteriorating us. And at least Napoli is making choices, getting hold of the reign, getting back their team and just kicking the changing it
Yeah, I
up.
don't know.
I
Also, I
mean,
think it's also different because, dude, Napoli, you can win one Scudetto every 40 years and it's okay. But for us, it's there's more pressure, I think. Like we need to find like a fucking good coach.
yeah.
And I don't think they also one little problem. Nobody knows shit about football in the management. Like Furlani is a great manager, but he's not the type of guy who's gonna go and choose a coach. He doesn't know about that stuff. Like
mm.
Maldini would have been like more like a football man.
Well, he went
Moncada
with
is just
Pirlo.
a scout. But yeah, I don't know, but we'll never know
Yeah,
if that was true. But Moncada is like an amazing scout. Like he's not a sporting director, and so now we bring in Ibra, who was a player 6 months ago, not even.
That's fair.
Who's like just we know like we just trust his personality, but does he know how to do managing shit? Like
Mm.
do you know of any other team at high level that needs a fucking mean guy to be
like
there
a club
to
legend to
scare the players into doing their job? That's just like insane if you
yeah,
think about it.
I
it is
think
insane.
I've never seen. I mean, I don't know. I keep saying Abate, but I mean, when he was two down, he was pissed off at his players when he was two down and they weren't performing that one video.
Nah, they were two up.
Or I
They
mean,
were
sorry,
two up,
two
and
up.
they
I meant
stopped.
two up. I meant two up.
They,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
and
They're
they
two
stopped
up.
running.
Right,
And he
right.
took off that off white,
Yeah, but
that ten thousand dollar
brother,
jacket.
don't get
But
excited. It's
no,
fucking, it's
no.
not
But
real.
have you seen Pioli
It's
ever?
not
I've
real.
never seen him get mad unless it's pretty much at the refs or something. He does his little thing like that. He never gets furious at his players or
I
anything
don't
like
want him
that.
to be furious. I want him to play the like normal fucking football. Like, dude, we were a great team under him. That's also the thing that it pisses me off is he's shown that we can be a great team. And now it's just like and now together with the insane injuries, that are not like happening by chance. But together with that, like we also tactically shit.
This makes our winter mercato so delicate because we have to make
Fuck are
the
you
right
gonna do
choices.
in the winter mercato, brother? Who are you gonna like? There's gonna be zero money. We're just gonna hope to buy like a decent enough defender for
We're
like
getting
five.
Jovic's cousin. You didn't hear?
No,
What?
God. His
What?
We're
for
getting
his
Jovic's
his
cousin.
his former roommate.
Yeah, we're gonna So,
Like
But
I just don't see that. Like, today I was watching on like Italian TV, radio, like
mhm.
football shit. They were like, "Oh, we want to buy the super striker now, like Jonathan David and stuff." Like, dude, they're not
He's
gonna
not the
fucking
right profile.
70 million like for a winger in January. Like we're not like Man City. Like I don't know. I think they're trying to feed something to the fans because we're pissed off. So they're like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Speaking of fans being pissed off, did you see the video of the Curva when the players came to them after the Lecce game? They were like, "Get the fuck away from us!"
they
They're
wanted
like,
Pioli,
"We,
right?
and Pioli was outstanding in the midfield because he knew
Yeah,
if he fucking
really.
took 2 steps more, the Curva would have been jumping out trying to kill him."
He has to be
Um,
feeling it. They have to be looking. They have to be looking. We can't be
I
the only
have to.
ones.
I mean, I understand though. Like, really, if you want a top coach right now, who is available?
I don't
So
know. I
Like,
would, I would get, because I'm crazy. I would get Gajardo from River Plate because he was like a fucking sick coach, and I think he would like bring us back to the Champions League. But that's a dream.
yeah, let's leave it up to the chat. Who do you guys think? I
yeah,
mean,
chat,
so Milton
throw a
brings
name.
up a good point about Guardiola. He came up from Barca B. He was a Barca B coach, so Milton
About
But
to
they
agrees
got
with.
decide.
Messi. We don't got a Messi,
Sure.
man.
For every Guardiola that comes from Barca B to become the best coach that football ever seen ever in the history of the planet, there's a bunch of like coaches that never fucking make it. Like dude, and remember, don't forget, we're AC Milan. We are burning legends like fucking matchsticks. Remember Gattuso, remember Seedorf, remember Inzaghi. All these ones. They were like hanging out and training the Primavera. They come to Milan, like Brocchi, and they just
Mhm.
crash like face first on a wall,
I was
on a
gonna say bring back Inzaghi so we could
flaming
say
wall of
attaccare.
yeah, attaccare. And that was the worst. That was the worst, like
Oh, that
time
was pain.
ever for
That was
us. That
pain.
was like pure banter. Was when we were also picking up the coach from the Primavera and giving him a chance. Why? Because people were saying, "Oh, Saki." It wasn't like famous when we got him, and then it turns out it was the best ever. Yeah, okay, but I can give you 75 like other times that it went horribly wrong. I don't know.
Like I said, I really don't know. I
There's
don't know
only
who to even recommend.
Conte is the only
Conte,
coach.
no.
I
He
know, but I mean top,
destroy
top
us
coach, top coach that is available. And but again, then we would play like a back three, and then I fucking hate him
like a
because it's
midfield five. We play
he's,
like Inter.
he's like a
How much
Juve.
how much worse can he be than Pioli?
No,
Pretty,
dude.
pretty
Right
bad.
now, we've lost the team, so we're gonna see a decent game and three horrible ones. That's how it's been. That's how it's gonna be. The training like way is not gonna change, so we're gonna have more and more injuries, dude. Like we knew we were gonna have 12 men out in November, and it's the most infuriating thing is we reopened the Champions League group Like we literally, it was a miracle. And now we're playing against Borussia without the only possible light at the end of the tunnel.
Mhm.
That is Rafa. Because now we're gonna see how shit we actually are without him. Because we give him a lot of shit, a lot, when he's not like,
It's
scoring
true.
every
There
game.
is still the stat that
Well,
very heavily favors when we play with Rafa from the start.
Dude, there's no Milan without him. There's nothing. Zero. There's darkness and tears without Rafa Leao.
Okay,
so
so it's gonna be.
I
Go
was
ahead,
gonna
Anthony.
say,
Go ahead.
Gio. I think you need to focus some of your Primavera
Knowledge.
attention and knowledge onto a coach and
Oh,
find us a
hold
coach,
on.
please.
So, I've been big on Palladino since last year. I mean, what he did with Monza, yeah, I think they had 0 points, and then he brought him up. I mean, he's doing good now. He's developing Colombo, somebody that who way better than that bum ass Jovic. I would rather have Colombo's fucking leg than fucking Jovic on the team. Somebody
That's a
that's actually fit, somebody that touches a ball, somebody that dribbles inside of the box and scores bangers. But to me, I don't know. I mean, I think as long as we don't get a legend and try to ruin them, I mean, our history has always been getting like an unknown. So Palladino, he's an unknown,
Wait,
and he's working good.
legend. So like you're talking about Abate. Like I love Abate, but I wouldn't put him
No, 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 no. We're not
legend
talking about no like
category.
like another legend. You feel me? Nah, Abate. I don't know. I don't know. I just feel that
He's a street
let him
legend.
do let him do his thing right now, because they're not gonna fire Pioli. Only if they fire Pioli, I would give him interim. I think that's the smart thing that Napoli did. They only gave Mazzari 6 month contract.
So you basically
That's
give it to
why
the
they
end of the
didn't give.
season,
Yeah, they didn't give Tudor because Tudor wanted like 2 to 3
a year and a
years.
half, yeah, at least.
Yeah, so I mean Palladino for me, I love the way Monza play. I mean he's basically playing with scraps and he's doing
Yeah,
pretty
but
good.
Monza is Monza, guys. Like he Palladino comes and he draws 2 games in a row. It's fucking. It starts like getting hot at Milan. It's not easy. I don't know. Maybe he's like an amazing coach, but and what do you do? Monza just like just gives you the coach now. Like I don't
No,
think they
I think we're stuck with Pioli till the end of the season. I think
they
we're stuck with it to the end of the season. Ibra's gonna come in there, do his little chatter, try to karate chop a couple players, and then we're gonna make it top
Reno for
four.
manager. Reno.
No, Reno's at Marseille, isn't he?
yeah.
Yeah, Reno's at Marseille. He has them playing good in the Europa League, but I don't know. Right now, we just have to see. We just have to see because I mean, I don't know. I don't think Milan gives a manager to like, I would like Hansi Flick, but I mean, I don't think that Milan will give it to like a German or somebody that's not Italian. I think it's either gonna be Italiano, it's gonna be Palladino,
Or apparently
but I
Graham
wouldn't.
Potter.
Yeah.
Grand Pot, what the hell?
Those were links that were genuinely thrown
That
out.
was that was like there was actually people were talking about it. Maybe it was just bullshit,
You
but
think he's gonna leave England? He's not even. He wasn't even cut for Chelsea. He's just a regular guy. And then when he had to change, he had to start wearing suits at Chelsea. He had
also
to get a haircut.
Potter now has probably the best job ever. He gets paid like probably I don't know a good 10 million net a year for the next like 2 to 3 years by
He's
No,
easy
he
doesn't get
signed
any.
like a 6 year. I
staying
think he
home.
signed like a six
Yeah, he
year
signed like a
contract.
6-year deal. They wanted him long time, and now
Brother, it's
yeah.
so cool, dude. He's just like chilling at home making
So
10
50
million per
million
year.
for nothing,
Hmm.
just for
As long as
sleeping.
he doesn't get any other job, he's gonna get paid.
Dude, it's so cool. Honestly, that's the best.
I know. So let's quickly kind of preview the next fixtures. We have 3 home games in a row. 3. Fiorentina, Dortmund,
Loss,
Frosinone.
loss.
Yes, I know. But look, we have 3 home games coming up. Yeah, Fiorentina's gonna be tough because they've been playing pretty well.
without Leao and Giroud.
Dortmund, no Leao, but at least we'll have Giroud, hopefully. Um, but that's a must win.
Hopefully, because
Must win.
Giroud plays 3 national games right now.
Are
In
they
the
playing 3 France?
I think like 2 or 3 games.
No. There's got to be. Well, Italy's playing 2. Let me see. France is playing Gibraltar and. No, they're only playing 2. They're playing Gibraltar on Saturday and they're playing on Tuesday against Greece.
Yeah, I mean,
Anyway, look. We have 3 home games in a row for once. This is the litmus test. Management needs to do fucking something because this is the ultimate test. You have
but
to do.
you also have to understand that the damage is done.
Oh, the damage is well done, but clearly
No,
they can't fucking
like
see
the
it.
damage is done because when you get to the point that you play the most important game of the year with the fucking star of the team out for muscle injury, you already fucked up. There's not a lot that the management can do with that, you know?
Look,
there's your
at some
summary.
point, the Kurva is gonna put up the insert coin and save AC Milan
Yeah.
sign again.
Dude, when they did it, I was there.
You were
Fucking
there.
yeah, I was there.
Wow.
Can I ask Andreas something? Because I just saw something and I wanted to throw up. Okay, the probable Azeri starting lineup:
Oh yeah, we're gonna
Donnarumma,
get into this.
Dar, Darmian. Really? He plays in the back. Okay, Cherby. Okay, you don't want to give Scalvini his shine. That's fine. Bastoni, Demarco. Okay, that's good. Barella, Jorginho,
Inter.
Bonaventura, Politano, Raspadori, and King, or El Shari.
Wait, but
What the
okay.
fuck?
First of all, we have no Italian player like AC Milan players that are Italian.
None.
So
It's a shame,
Calabria was called by
but
he
he's
just
injured.
weirdly he was called, and I mean, dude, you know that there's nothing I hate more than Inter in the world, but they're like by far the best team in the league, and if they have Italian defenders, they're gonna just like fucking, they are gonna be the ones that play, like you know. And then
Mhm.
yeah, we're shit. Like we don't have like good strikers. Um, I don't
And
know. I'm not very
Dimarco's.
passionate about the Italian national team, honestly, because we've been shit for so long.
I don't know. Dimarco's pretty dope. I think he meant that goal. I think he's. I mean, Inter might
I
have, sure,
I
but
think he didn't because if
I
you
mean,
Yeah, I
look,
don't think he did.
I think when you look at him and when you look at
but
how, like, if he means it, he decides to score a no look. It was like that's a no look goal from fucking a
Yeah, he
mile
was
away.
like he
nah.
fell immediately after hitting that ball. Like
He looked
he
to the
didn't even.
right and did it.
But there was no
So
one really, nowhere even close to.
no, there was like a player
But
on the other
regardless,
side.
regardless,
That's cool. But
regardless,
again,
I enjoy him as a player. I think actually he's a really good player. Like
yeah, he's
he has
good.
amazing crosses, and he could. Yeah, he's a really good player.
He's not a
Um,
left back. Is more like a winger because he plays like a five like
He plays in the
defense.
5 perfectly.
yeah.
But he's a really good player. And again, dude, when you have a team that is like that has like a lot of confidence, they play well, they're like healthy, they're strong, they win a lot of games, then you fucking stumble on a cross and you score from like a mile away because shit that just happens, you know. And then when you are in a depressing situation like ours, even like easy shit doesn't work. Dude, guys, do you remember, like, it's like burned into my memory. We have a counter attack, and there's Krunic holding the ball. He has to pass it to Okafor, like basically alone in the space, and he passes it to the defender. That shit like made me like cry like blood. It was so bad. It was the worst.
It's shocking that he does not just play Adley.
No, it's honestly
Like
Again,
Krunic, when you look at him play, he never passes really forward. He passes
yeah,
laterally to his sides because he relies on the other midfielders to do the work because clearly can't do shit, or he passes back.
And he has
he can be the one.
absolutely no
Yeah.
long ball whatsoever.
No.
Like there has not been one long ball that he's ever completed. What's his stat for long ball? Just give me one.
Dude.
I'll give you one stat.
But
0.
why wouldn't he even like entertain the idea of putting Adli in? Like, is Adli injured? Did Adli tell him to fuck off? Like, these are the two options. Because
Yeah.
if Adli was like healthy in a game like that, where Krunic has already played 80 minutes, take him the fuck off the field. Like, why not?
I think he should have started. I didn't. We don't even know
No, no,
why he's
I
playing
agree.
Krunic. Yeah,
But even if he doesn't start, like, why not even playing it? Also,
Krunic.
because it's not like he fucked up. It's not like he didn't play well the last time he played. I don't know. I just like think he looks like he's lost the team, and we can be
He still
2-0.
lost the same.
Yeah, we go from the days of switching out managers like over the every other weekend to now we're
Yeah.
just
We're stuck.
stuck with Pioli. We just don't want to change it at all. It's amazing.
I don't know. But even us, like, we have this like schizophrenic podcast in which every time it's like a completely different, like,
Yeah. Yes, we won. Oh my god, we played so
we
good.
literally go from like the worst defeat ever in the history of a derby of my life. I probably die with the result that like with that like that game being the worst ever. Okay, we're all probably gonna like be under like the grass with that being the worst derby ever. Hopefully, okay. And then we're like, oh my god, now we play against G. Look, annihilated fucking Mbappe, and then 3 days after.
We just we just have bipolars. So if anybody has any medication out there,
Dude,
just
yeah, we need some heavy shit. Also because these players, I mean, and now I'm talking to Pioli and I'm talking to Furlani. We woke up at 5 a.m. Okay, to go to
Or
the
earlier. I woke
to
up at 4:30.
yeah, that was a little crazy. To go to this fucking like bar, watch the game, okay, and then when like this game like this is so depressing, you look at your watch and it's 8:30 a.m. The day just started. You have to live with that shit.
the birds are still chirping.
I don't know how.
No.
I don't know how
I'm
you feel.
gonna rewind you a little bit. Yes, we go from high to lows from game to game, but we're now doing that in game. We
Yeah.
are up 2-0 twice now, Napoli and Lecce, and we played great those first halves. And then what do we come back to? We fucking lose it. We play like shit.
And we know it's gonna happen. Like we feel it. We know that deep down we know that shit. Is
I
gonna
knew I kind of watching the Lecce game when the chances that we gave them in the first half, and then instantly when they started the second half the way they did, I knew this is not going to last. This is
Yeah.
not good. And sure enough, they scored pretty quickly the first goal. 2-0 is always the most difficult lead to have, and I keep saying we need to always have the mentality of it's 0-0 until we're actually up by like 3 goals.
Yeah, but we should be a fucking real team, dude. Juve wins 1-0. They just score with a defender, and then they just like park the bus. Like, we don't have to always being like this like amazing, insane.
I feel like we don't even know how to park the bus. Like,
No, we
Pioli-
don't know. That's the
we
thing.
don't-
Like, we don't know how to just like kind of stay back and then counter attack against
play smart
Lecce. There's like
possession.
a low level team that if they get like unbalanced, you fucking score 12 goals.
Like, we
And
don't
it-
play we don't play the football where like we keep the ball in the back and in the midfield and we kind of just hold it there and we make specific passes so that eventually we make cracks in their defense because they're starting to stretch or whatever to
Yeah.
to get into to get the possession away from us, and then we're in the breakaway on a great counterattack.
But how many
We
times
can
have
play
we
that.
said, "Oh, it's so hard for us to play in Serie A because like teams they close up so much and Leao doesn't have space, so we never like we don't if we don't score first,
Like, it's
then there's no
excuses.
space. You fucking scored twice. Now you have the space. Now you need to know what to do with the space because they have to attack because they want to come back in the game. Like what the fuck are you doing? Why is everybody up? Like this is in this season reminds me of so much of the last season because even like the crazy Genoa like victory with Giroud as a goalkeeper like
How
when
long
you
was that a
start
rallying point?
having when you start having too many crazy games like last year Ballo-Touré 97th minute scores like when you start having too many like insane like above the limit crazy games it's a signal like we never have a chill game it's always like some crazy shit happening and then eventually when you rely on insane stuff sometimes you lose like you can't like always have the crazy like striker becoming a goalkeeper saving the game you know we're almost like our advantage is so thin all the time that we're probably going to be either fourth or fifth based on
Let's look at the
some
I
standings
random
right now.
I
Inter.
prefer having like smelling the blood and then going after it. Like I feel I have like more I like more the play where it's like you get a goal and then you just want more and more and more. But that's anyways. Go ahead, Spence.
So let's look at the standings. Inter, 31 points.
why do you have to
Juve,
look
29 points. Milan, 23 points. Napoli, 21 points. Guess what? Atalanta, Fiorentina, 20 points. Roma, Bologna, 18. Monza, Lazio, 17. That's not that far away.
no
We're
no
fucked.
dude
We should be
before
embarrassed
We,
that we
we,
are
the
7 points
break
behind Juve.
dude
That's
before the
no,
embarrassing.
international
no, we're
break
8 points behind, and we're only six. The other teams in the top 10 are 6 points behind, which
dude
is
we
not that
lost
much given we're only a third in
10
the season.
points
Third way
we
through.
lost 10 points to Inter 10 points to Inter from one international break to the other we were +2. Like we forget about that shit, dude. We were on top and we just like stopped playing. It's
Okay,
embarrassing.
okay, alone, if you count the past 2 league games, Udinese and Lecce, we've dropped 5 points. Okay? 5 alone. Juve was a shit show because Chow fucked us, getting the red card so early. Whatever. We probably
Yeah,
would have won the game anyway.
but
But we've
against
dropped.
Lecce, dude, against Lecce we fucking lost the game, and then they
We did.
even if it's okay because it's actually like a correct decision, but we fucking lost. And against
Mhm.
Genoa, Pulisic stops the ball with a fucking hand. Okay, so we have like a couple points more than we should, and it's insane thinking that we dropped 10. We could have dropped 12. It's just like unbelievable, you know? Like we just
I,
stopped
I,
playing.
I have a.
This is January 2023. Is the fucking exact same thing. Please react now. Let's figure it out.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah, I
like you know.
have a dark theory that the management, as long as they just every week they refresh the standings. If we're in the top 4, I think they could give 2 shits.
Yeah, dude, but the top four it's over like it takes like it takes a couple weeks and we're out of it. Like do you think we can stay in the top four if our average point per game is like 1.5
Well,
or
like
some
Gio was
shit?
saying, these guys aren't sport people. Like
Yeah, but they know.
Furlani,
They
yeah,
know.
but he, uh,
Maybe Ibra is gonna be like, yo, what the fuck?
he
You know?
better not only kick ass in the locker room, he better go back to the board meetings and be like, "Yo, get your fucking shit together.
You
Like, you want to
better
fucking run a successful club? Get your fucking act together."
or just kick Pioli. I think kick Pioli's
Yeah, but dude, what do you think? Like, who does has to get his shit together? It's only about the like technical direction of the team, because like the on the marketing side and like we're making money and everything. Like we have the best like balance sheet in Serie A. Like it's going well, but it's only like technical. Like it's it's over. The Pioli cycle is over. So we need to just like it's better to just like cut the umbilical cord now and to lose more and more and more games and then dude, listen, we might be in 3 weeks out of the Champions League, condemned to probably play in Europa League on Thursdays against fucking
If we lose the Coppa Italia, we're
With-
also out of that. That
with
starts in
Roma.
a few weeks.
With
you
Roma
know,
in
Coppa
the Europa
Italia,
League.
we go past it, and then the next is gonna be like 2 derbies, and then we're not gonna want to fucking play
I know.
them. Okay,
It's
so
a chance for silverware. That's
but I just like I see this situation could be much worse because we could also be out of Champions League and we're much more pissed off. And then if we were actually sixth instead of fourth, it would look worse than this. You know.
mm-hmm.
But Pioli will be out.
Pioli's contract isn't until 2025.
We're not that
Yeah,
far, and I'm very grateful for what he did, but it just looks like it's not working anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But if we're like if we're like sixth place or eighth place, like it doesn't matter. 2025, he's
Yeah.
gonna be out.
We
There's
should've-
no way
we
they're
sh-
keeping him if we're sixth or eighth. Like there's no way.
Yeah, but
I
eight,
understand.
it's
Here's
not
the
a-
thing. Look, going back to January, obviously it was a shit end to the second half of the season. The whole 4 months from January to the end of the season in May or wherever it was a shit show. I kind of understand. Like, look, we still had Maldini, all those guys, and then new ownership comes in the summer, takes over, and says, "We don't want to upset the apple cart too much. So we're gonna keep Pioli, blah 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 blah. Obviously, we got rid of Maldini, but I think they really should have. If management was like, we want to make our mark on this team, and we really want to make it the team that we want to be, we get rid of Pioli, get rid of Maldini, and
They
start with
they
all new.
thought they thought that the problem was Maldini. They thought,
And
oh,
it
the problem was
wasn't.
the mercato that Pioli didn't have a say in it, and now we're gonna give the like Pioli was basically promoted to like coach, like the English style. You know, I also have a say in buying players type of role, and so now this season he has all the responsibilities of whatever happens. But the thing that infuriates me the most is that because of this insane injury issue, we're always gonna be there saying, "Oh, what if? What if? What if?" What the fuck, dude? Like we can't play. We can't play like that. And also because this is like is all gonna be excuses for this
It's
for the
a
whole team.
it's a very slippery slope back into banter era. It's a very slippery slope to get fifth
No, I don't
again
believe it.
and
I
be
don't
out of
believe
Champions League. Well, if we keep Pioli, we know where this is gonna fucking
No,
end up.
but the Bunter era is like a crazy alignment of not having a fucking single dollar to spend.
Yeah, it's financial
And-
reasons. Yeah.
And
Yeah, I
having
know, but
horrible players all together and never gonna be able to conceive going
but
into.
our financials are entirely almost dependent on getting in Champions League.
No, not really though.
That's pretty close.
It's
What is it,
not-
Gio? Like 30, 40 million?
No, because they could recoup the money selling Leao and Theo. There's 200 million right there for you.
Yeah, 200 million. If Teo plays like this, I don't know. Honestly.
No, but he's playing for France, so that keeps his value.
Yes.
It is. Speaking, yeah, we've been talking about all these other players, but not mentioning Theo. Like, dude, come on.
Teo is like pissed off. He looks like he doesn't believe.
Yeah,
I don't know what's going on with him, and
he says the birth of his son changed him or something, but it's. I don't know.
usually this it's good for people, no?
Rangers
They
has a kid coming, right?
Chow
Chavez.
had a kid now.
Was his baby born? Because I know he was supposed to go play for
Yeah.
Germany, but he recalled himself.
Yeah, he
Okay.
did. I think he either he's probably is gonna happen like this week.
Yeah. But anyway, let's wrap this up. Um, so podcast next week. We'll let you know. Um, obviously, it's the international break. Italy play North Macedonia on Friday, and then the Ukraine on Monday. So
More depressional
more pain,
thoughts.
more pain.
Again, it's gonna be the usual like, oh, Sonya, and then we're like, yeah, but don't worry, we just have to fucking like play against
Macedonia del
Ukraine.
Nord.
And then it's just like, oh shit, now we must win against Ukraine, and then they
Italy
shit
must win
themselves.
basically both the games.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Um,
because they say the playoffs are hard. They say it's either
we
Poland
know
or
from
somebody
experience.
else. It's gonna be like it's not gonna be like a cheap team. It's gonna be like a team that
Yeah, Lore,
that can do something.
the Italy games, I think they're like on Fubo for the most part. Yeah, Fubo is gonna
Yeah,
be
they're on
Italy, North
football now.
Macedonia, which is some bullshit. Occasionally they're like on Fox 1 or 2 or whatever. Let me see, Ukraine. They
I'll
haven't
tell you
released
right
it yet.
now. I'll tell you right now.
It's on Fubo.
I don't.
That's what I
I
see.
don't know. ESPN had that's. It's just a
It's a
money
problem.
grab. It's Friday,
It's a
right?
shit show with international games to watch it here.
I mean, I have my links. I don't know.
Please send. Um,
Oh, it's on Fubo or VIX, which is like paid programming.
Guys, come on,
Andrea, I will
guys.
message you.
We can watch the games.
We can watch the games. But anyway, uh, without anything else, for sure, we have Saturday the 25th against Fiorentina at 11:45. We'll keep you guys posted as time gets closer as to where we're gonna have the watch party for that. Pioli out, Forza Milan, Forza Azzurri.
Pray for me on that day, guys.
Oh,
Milan Fiorentina.
I got Milan, and then I got Michigan versus Ohio State. So that's
Okay.
gonna be hard to
So
tackle.
now we're
Milan, Milan Fiorentina without Giroud and Leao. That means we're gonna play Okafor Jovic.
so are we Michigan fans or
No, I
Ohio
think
State?
they said they're gonna put Pulisic on the left, Chucky on the right, and Okafor up top.
I'm
Oh,
Fine.
interested in that. I'm
that's
interested in
that's
that. Yep.
if that shit happens, it means that we are already decided that Jovic is a no go. Like it's like okay,
I think
fuck
they've
off.
already actually wanted to get rid of him in the
No,
winter
actually,
mercato.
no, really, really. It looks like, and I had that feeling actually when I was like listening to the radio because they kind of already like decided Pioli, like, not Pioli, yeah, also Pioli, but Jovic is like, nah, bad choice.
It was bad. Should have kept Colombo. Anyway, Forza Milan.
Forza
Forza
Send it.
Milan.
Milan,
See you
Forza.
soon.
The Ketelare, we don't talk about him. No, okay, it's gone. It's coming back
Oh,
next
he's
year, by
coming
the way.
back.
Him,
Him and
Daniel
Origi
Maldini,
coming
all those
back.
guys are
Oh
coming
my
back.
god.
He's coming back so fast, guys. He's coming back in a fucking slingshot, the guy. Okay, guys, I love you.
All
Forza
right.
Milan.
Later, y'all.
Ciao.